And how is everybody doing this fine day? Marc will be with us shortly. He's stuck in traffic on the way home from one of his 25 occupations. I believe tonight was coaching young children, and then bodybuilding was earlier, and he did stuff for all of his 22 businesses and stuff like that. So he's on his way home. He'll be here shortly. But I did want to tell everybody, since I got you here, that we are running some very serious, very seriously amazing specials. We've got Ambrosia Collective, the Holy Trinity Weight Loss Bundle. Look out for it. It's amazing. This is Alchemy, No Morbidity, and Ember. I think that this has been an amazing product for many people right now. If we go to their main page, look at this. 60% off their stacks. It is 2024, get it started right. That's absolutely fucking crazy. That's such a good goddamn deal. A blender is involved in this thing with a $25 Ambrosia gift card. No shit, like that's kind of amazing. That's all I gotta say. And I did also want to point out that we are having some sales over at Tiger Fitness also. 25% off when you buy Machine Fuel, Insurgent, Pump and Grind. 25% off when Physicore. This is a great stack right here. That's an absolutely phenomenal stack and a free shaker. Tiger Fitness, Wave, Machine Fuel, Insurgent, 25% off and 2 free gifts. That's crazy good. Crazy good. You guys should take advantage of that shit. Today, we're going to be talking about just some, it's you know, in truth, it's just silliness. I don't know if many of you are on Twitter, like also known as X, or not. Man, for those of you who are asking, Marc is on his way home. He'll be here shortly. But not home to my home to his home. We don't live together. Before the rumors start flying. No. But if you're not on Twitter or X as it's called, why the fuck not? Follow me and Marc. I'm the MFing COO on Twitter, and Marc is Marc Lobliner on Twitter. Marc's a different tier of fame than me. He gets to use his real name, and I got to make up shit because somebody already took Alan Roberts. But it's so ridiculous. I try to like get to this. It's so ridiculous that what I'm going to show you is a rather good segment of the population, basically, is either conservative or Democrat, like conservative or liberal, like a decent percentage. There's those of us that, like me and Marc, that are kind of like, we identify as a little different. I think Marc still identifies as libertarian, and I identify as a constitutionalist independent, But the thing I noticed the most out of all this crazy shit is both sides are fairly much the same. And if this is going to upset a lot of you, because this is being broadcast on both of our Twitters, by the way. There is very likely going to be some ass hurt people, and they deserve to have their asses hurt because they're that fucking weak. It's like that fucking bad, like it's really just kind of moronic. But there was recently a calendar done by, I would say, probably like 10 or 11 conservative women. And I personally, like as a non-conservative, like I would say I'm fiscally like conservative to a point where it gets to where they stop. I want to keep going because of the Constitution. Like I'm an absolute constitutionalist. I believe in freedom of speech. I don't believe there should be any speech laws. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as hate speech. There's just speech. If you're trying to incite violence with your speech, obviously, I think that should be frowned upon on social media. But in real life, I mean, we're people. People have the right to free speech. People have the right to privacy. People have the right to bear arms. And I think that the Republicans let us down. And I'm not going to speak for Mark, but I think that the Republicans let us down in that they don't believe in our right to privacy because they still support the Patriot Act, and they don't necessarily support the Second Amendment because they just go for the lesser gun laws, like lesser them. All gun laws are unconstitutional, and to me, and very frankly, our freedom of speech has been ridiculous. Like our freedom of speech has been censored incredibly. It's not even a debate. Now, these 10 women got together and made this calendar. I'm going to show you the photos from this calendar and the ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous, response to this calendar has been insane. This is why, I'm just so everybody understands, this is why Republicans lose. This is absolutely why they lose, if you ask me, in my opinion. This is the calendar. This is Riley Gaines. She was a swimmer, and she is known for standing up for women's rights when it comes to sports. She is known for standing up for that, biological men should not compete in women's sports. I can't believe that this is an actual fucking argument we have to have in today's world. I can't, it just goes to show how stupid people are. It's not even really it's not an argument. It's not a fucking actual argument. People, nobody's telling you can't, be Sally if you were Sam. Nobody's telling you that. Although some people in many places probably should. Because I do believe that, while I definitely believe that some people are born with gender dysmorphia, and like Blair, a friend of mine, I do think that some people have it. I do think it's just become radically popular, and I do think that to a great degree, it's just become fashionable, which is just fucking kind of sad. But we have women's and men's sports for a fucking reason, and to not just make it so it has to be women or men is anti-woman, right? So she's stood up for this. Great for her. This is Sarah Gonzalez. She's from Blaze TV. Dana Loesch, Bethany Bartlett. This is Josie, the redheaded libertarian. Hers is one of the ones that it got the most craziness of it. This one right here, people were trying to call it porn and demonic. There's fucking conservative, there's conservative fucking pundits calling this demonic. They're calling this evil and slutty and shit like that. Jennifer Ellis was saying that this picture right here was softcore porn. Are you fucking kidding me? That you think this is softcore porn? First of all, you and I have very different ideas of what porn is. If you think this is softcore porn. But what the fuck is wrong with you? For real, what the fuck is wrong with you? How can you... First of all, if you don't like the women in bikinis or the women in fucking... this one's not even a bikini. She's in a full fucking dress. She's in a full ass fucking dress. Same with her. She's showing legs. Oh no, her ankles are showing. What the fuck is wrong with you people? This CJ Bryson, the rapper, made a song about this shit that is demonic. And dude, no offense, but what? That's just, you look stupid. Stop. A lot of these people, another thing, a lot of these people need to fucking quit with the hypocrisy, because you're saying that this shit over here, this shit is anti-religion and anti-Christian, but all of you motherfuckers are trying to get internet famous. How does trying to be internet fame equate to your religion? Look at these pictures. Kim Klasick, she was a a candidate for Congress at one point in time. Brittany Jean, I'm not even sure who this is. Catalina Love, not sure who she is. Riley Gaines again. Peyton Drew, Ashley St. Clair. Ashley St. Clair, I do believe, is an only. I think she's the only one of these people that does OnlyFans or anything like that. But she's a strong political pundit also. I just find this out and out crazy that all of these people are trying to paint this as smutty or something like that. Like, what is wrong? What's going on?
What's up?
What's happening? I'm just running. I'm running through.
Oh goodness!
How crazy people lost their minds over this fucking thing.
Okay. I will say, this is very tasteful, actually.
I think it is.
I think these are very attractive women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in non. I mean, I guess the Ashley's is the most kind of sexual, but like the one that got the most flack, the redheaded libertarian Josie.
Yeah, right here.
That is literally like I'm wearing skankier clothes right now with my hoochie daddy shorts.
Bro, me too, bro. Like
Dana's wearing a crew neck and sweats.
Yeah.
What the hell? I mean, I don't even know who half these girls are. Riley Gaines is hot. I like her.
People were pissed at Riley Gaines. Like, she's in a swimsuit. You fuckers, like, that's what she does. She's a swimmer, you stupid fucks.
She's an elite swimmer. That's like Marc's in posing trunks at a wedding. Oh, never mind. I think I mean, Kim's picture is whatever. I mean, Catalina is literally in shorts and a shirt. Outfit my daughter would wear, who's not by any means risque. Brittany Jean. I mean, the only risque one is Ashley in a bathtub.
Yeah. And she's clothed in a bathtub.
She's not. There's no nipple, which unfortunately I like nipples. I mean, I would love some nipple, guys. Could we have just a little bit of nipple? Just a little.
Oh, could you imagine, bro? Like how like, and you weren't here earlier. I was saying how it's getting harder to tell the far right from the far left. It's getting harder and harder.
They're all stupid. Anything that's far anything is just gotten ridiculous, man. I look, man. I honestly like, and Sarah's in like, dude, literally like a mom outfit.
Yeah.
It's nobody ever in the history of the world said that this was the least bit risque. And I think the one who started it was Grayson, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Grayson Gray. He released a video. He made a whole song about this shit, dude.
Well, his songs are the same songs, but about different conservative grifts. By the way, what did you say? I'm already demonetized. What did you say, Alan? I just got here. What did you say? I think it's because conservatives are on the title. I think that automatically got us demonetized.
Well, let me check.
I just repealed it. I'm like, man, what did you say?
I'm already demonetized also.
Alan just got on here and his first word was F and then S.
There was some swearing. I will take full responsibility for my
comment
language.
section. Was he swearing? I don't know. I leave you for just a little bit.
I know, Dad. I'm sorry.
Dad, you're actually older than me.
Prove it.
Well, I mean, I don't have. Obviously, you don't need to have your name at the airport. They just put no name provided for immigrants.
Oh my God,
no
bro!
Birth certificate. Did I just go there?
You went there, but let's go there.
So yeah, to get to the airport, you need to like literally show everything except for like a urine test.
Yeah.
But they're letting these illegal immigrants over with no form of identification at all, and not even a name. Like they're not even giving names. How insane is that, bro?
How is this not a national security thing? Like TSA better never touch me again.
Oh, they're gonna touch you. They're gonna.
Well, they love touching me. I don't know why.
Didn't you get searched on the way in?
I got
Cali?
I got searched on the way into Cali. The way back from Cali was the first time I had not been patted down for a flight in a long, long time.
Take
a
your ass
long time.
back to Florida. Get out of here. We're not even checking you. Just leave. Just go.
Yeah, take your ass away from California, you fucking honky.
I with a hard R, a honker.
Yeah, a honker. Yeah.
I just the whole immigration thing, like, so I hope you guys understand, like, to legally immigrate to America is like the hardest country in the world, from what I hear. I mean, I hear it's extremely hard, extremely difficult. Yet, if you come over and break every law in the process, it becomes the easiest thing. What I don't know if you realize, if you've seen this, but the one thing I've noticed about these like videos of these migrants, or what are they calling themselves? What does it mean?
Refugees.
Refugees,
Like
yeah, refugees. They're all dressed pretty friggin' nice. Like when I think about like a refugee, I think about like some fucking starving kid from Africa. Like, you know, like you ever see Starvin' Marvin on South Park? Like Starvin' Marvin? Like I think about somebody like that who's like down and out, clothes are dirty. These mofos are coming over here in name brand clothing. They're wearing Jordans. And we're like, oh, they're escaping. I'm like, dude, when I was a kid, I couldn't afford any of that ish. I should have escaped. Yeah.
No shit. Like, just go across the border, come back, get back across the border, come back. Do that four times, right? And you're getting like $8,800 a month, and fucking like, do people, like, I hope people realize there's an actual monthly stipend that's going out to each of these people.
Yes.
Like from our money.
And they get phones.
And they get phones, and like they're treated better than citizens. I'm saying this right now, and I mean this. I will vote. I don't care who it is. If they say that they're going to close our border and deport everybody that has come here illegally, they will have my vote.
So 100%. I used to be. In fact, you could probably find videos of me talking about if you're already over here illegally, give you amnesty. But no new immigrants over unless they're legal. My view on that has changed because now we've let over 11 million new ones. 11 million. That's bigger than most states.
Yeah.
And we're completely, and I'm good with redemographicing, but here's the thing. So I don't know if I told you this, Alan, but in 2010, I explored moving to Australia, 2009, 2010.
You did tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were doing so much business over there. And I was like, honestly, like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was kind of losing faith in America. So I saw this before it came. So I looked into it. So I actually talked to the embassy over there. I'm like, hey, what'll it take to become an Australian citizen? And they're actually a meritocracy system, at least at the time. What do you do? I'm like, well, you know, I own this business, blah, blah, blah. Well, how much do you make a year? And I told them, they're like, oh, you're in. So other countries most definitely discriminate based on your status. So they only want people who will, because they know that I'm coming to the country, I'm going to bring money, I'm going to bring talent, I'm going to bring employees. But America seems to be getting the shit end of the deal. We keep like, hey, we want the most untalented mofos up in here. But if you're smart, we're going to put you through a process that's going to cost you $50,000+ you don't have. And make it very hard on you. But if you're just a criminal and cross the border, which is illegal, we're going to just give you everything and provide you with aid.
Here's where I'm at, and I think that most people are here too. I don't give a shit about other people anymore. I think that the taste of 2020 will never leave my mouth, where people like. I've always been a big believer in the Constitution, but individual liberty to me means everything.
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit if your country's bad and you want to come over here. Do it legally or don't fucking come over here. Yep. Like, very realistically, there should be a sign on the border of Texas saying all trespassers will be shot.
Yes.
I mean, I know that's super controversial. But these people are starting off illegally raiding our country. And so somebody put in the chat, Vivek calls for evidence of danger for people who want asylum. I'm saying no asylum. I'm saying until we get our shit together, nothing. Absolutely nothing. until we stop adding to the debt. Nothing. Nothing.
So when does America get to the point where we take asylum in other countries? That's the question. We literally have secretaries of states saying someone's not on the ballot because they said so.
Ridiculous.
How does one person, and by the way, Alan, I do not mean to exude any anti-bald behavior, but have you seen this woman from Maine's hairline?
No, I have not.
Her hair, she is so ugly. If you can find that on Twitter, one of us will. Her face is so ugly that her hairline is running away from it.
Damn.
This woman's hairline. I mean, I've never seen a woman with such a horrible hairline in my life. But that's besides the point. What I'm really getting at is we're at a situation where, I mean, we're in the decay of an empire.
Absolutely. It's a falling empire, 100%.
It's probably already fallen, Alan. I don't know if there's any bringing it back. And I don't care if it's Trump, Biden, Obama, McCain. I don't care who it is. When one person unilaterally removes somebody from a ballot and is not immediately arrested for treason and, you know, serve the punishment that treason brings to it, which, by the way, saying what that punishment was got me blocked from Twitter once. I honestly don't see us coming back from this.
Well, I've been saying this for years. Like, we need a national. The most peaceful resolution to this is a national divorce. You know, like, because here's the thing, and people, I don't care if you like Trump, dislike Trump. I'm not a huge fan. I voted for him because he's absolutely the lesser of two evils. But whether you like him or dislike him, he has not been convicted of insurrection. He hasn't even been charged with insurrection. Anybody that tries to say that January 6th was an insurrection, I can't take you seriously. Like, I just fucking can't.
If that's an insurrection, then I would hate to see what happens. We really have an insurrection.
Yeah.
They were a bunch of unarmed boomers. And the only people who died were the quote unquote insurrectionists. They literally, that cop shot Ashley Babbitt for no reason.
Yeah.
There was no reason. And I'm honest. I'll err on the side of cops about 90% of the time. Before 2020, it was 100%.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's not an insurrection, because like insurrection wouldn't have been quelched by the Capitol Police. An insurrection, we would have had to literally call in our military to just, you know, basically disband an insurrection. It just wasn't an insurrection. And the fact of the matter is, to even tie Trump to that, when he literally was like, hey guys, don't do anything stupid. They did something stupid. Like, that's like, it just, okay, so let's say it was insurrection.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Trump at fault for that? No one can, and again, like, look, it's hard for me to say I'll vote for Trump after what he did in 2020.
Yeah,
after
me too.
How badly he messed up, after how badly he just fumbled the pandemic. I mean, what a mess. And after, you know, still taking credit, and I've kind of changed on the whole, like, the coronavirus cure. What do we call it? That's legal. I think we can say vaccine on YouTube now.
I think so, yeah.
I'm okay with it because I'm assuming, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, he wouldn't have mandated it. And a lot of people would rather risk unknown side effects than be around and not think that they're doing something for this. So maybe it did help some people, like, get over. So I'm going to be like, okay, I'm okay with him taking credit for that. I honestly don't think it's a bad thing. Mandating it, a horrible thing. Operation Warp Speed, if it wasn't mandated, you and I would not be saying anything of what we're saying. We'd be like, hey, it's too bad. You know, it's like, whatever. But when they tried to mandate it, that's why you and I are like, wait a second.
No, fuck no.
Hold on.
Hell no.
Yeah, but I'm all for people taking risks. And Trump did something really awesome when he was in office, and it just happened. I don't think it was conspired to do so, but he made it where if you're dying of cancer and there's an experimental drug, you can take that risk.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that, dude. If I'm like, I've had friends who have Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. My good friend's son has it. And he's a doctor himself. And when looking at options, and they have an opportunity to take a non-approved drug, but he can read it and say, dude, this has promise. This has hope.
Yeah.
Then he should be able to take that, right?
I think so, because here's my thing. Who the fuck is the government to tell you what you can and can't do with your body anyway?
Bingo.
I mean, who the fuck are they?
Like
who the
those
fuck are they?
Calendars.
Yeah, like those slutty ass calendars. But like who the fuck are they? Why is it like people even sitting on the side of the government tells me I can't do this, so therefore I can't, that's how warped we've got it. You know, like the government should know next to nothing about us. We should know everything about them. We are private citizens. They are public servants. They should fucking serve us, not rule us. And that's and people can say what they want about about marijuana, about THC. Here's my thing. You should be able to grow it and use it if you fucking want to. You know why? Because you are a fucking free citizen. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I just find it weird that we don't worry about freedom at all. Like, I could boil almost everything down to the Constitution, our privacy, our freedom, our right to bear arms, all that shit. By the way, somebody said before 2020 it was 100% on the side of cops. You mean before they started shooting white people? Hey, bro. I don't know if your BLM flag is still flying, but as a newsflash, white people die by the hands of cops all the fucking time.
More often than blacks.
More often than black people.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, it's a lot. Look, and here's why.
It's mostly because we do stupid shit, because honkies do stupid shit. You know,
so you move from cracker to honky. I like it.
See, there's a difference between crackers and honkies.
What is the difference? I don't know.
A cracker is just a good old like redneck white person. A honky.
What is a honky?
We hate honkies. Honkies are like they're like the dumbass motherfuckers. Like, you've never heard me say like the fucking dudes that swim with sharks. I can't hang with those honkies.
I agree.
I'm not going to get invited to the barbecue if I hang out with them too much. And I want to go to the barbecue because that's where all the seasoned food is at.
So let me explain my opinion on cops. And you know, my wife's family is a bunch of cops. Yeah. And you know, I have friends who are very close friends who are cops. I actually have one of those cards from New York. We're basically like you're part of a club where they give you favor. It's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. It's like, oh my God, you got one of those cards. Yeah, it's called the Benevolent Association. One of my buddies is NYPD. Like, so here's the deal. Like, if I mess up at work, and I know that, you know, our boy New 99, he's anti-cop, and that's fine. Yeah. But you know, when someone breaks into your house, good fucking luck without cops, bro. Yes. Yeah. So here's the deal. Like, if I mess up at work, our company loses a little bit of money. Maybe there's something we have to fix later on, right? Not a big deal. Right. Or like, you know, if I mess up and let's say I give somebody the wrong weight at Legacy, whatever. No. They'll make it up next time. If a cop has a bad day, someone dies. So cops cannot have bad days. And they're also vastly undertrained. They don't train enough. Based on time, they do things, and time they train. We've let the physical requirements go. So a lot of cops, they can't fight. So if a cop cannot subdue somebody, and again, like, say what you will about what happened in Minnesota with Floyd, that move, while I don't like it and I think it's wrong, that's actually trained to them in the cop's handbook. So Chauvin actually, he did things by the book. It was the wrong book, but he did it by the book. So cops, if you cannot take somebody down with physical force, which will probably get you, you know, a time off and suspended anyway, because you're trying to subdue a criminal in most cases. You know, cops have the misfortune of, if they can't fight because they don't have the training and they don't have the physical fitness to do so, a taser does not work all the time. Very, very often it misfires or just doesn't affect the person. Or they have thick clothing on, like in the wintertime. The only option is to shoot the motherfucker. Right.
You know, I mean, that's literally the only option, you know? And my thing about it is, you know, it's a hard job. Decisions are made in the spur of the moment. Unless you've ever been shot at, you can shut the fuck up. Well, I do this. Like when you hear the popping noise and shit starts like you realize there's shit flying your way, shit changes. You know what I mean? Like I worked at many nightclubs, and all of a sudden, like, we'd hear gunfire outside while we're outside, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
People have never been in that situation. You kind of have, you've kind of been in an enforcement situation, but there's a lot of things by the book. But the thing is, with training, like there's a TV show I watched called SWAT. It's on Netflix right now. And the thing is, like, just trust your training. SWAT is different. They train a lot. It's what they do. Beat cops. I think it's crazy. They only get like a couple days of training for every year they're on the street. It's insane. Like when you look at Navy SEALs, they literally will train for 9 months for a 2-day mission. So we expect these cops to be psychologists, to be enforcers, to be community service. They don't have the training. They don't have the education. And and look, this is not a knock at female cops. Have you seen those videos of, 3 females just getting bodied by one dude?
Yeah.
And okay, so like, honestly, at that point, what do you want that female cop to do? Either let the guy go or, you guessed it, shoot him.
Yep.
So we really, honestly, in society, I understand, well, they took the job. Yeah, maybe most cops I know took the job because they wanted to do something right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that we should be like just stopping people for traffic stuff and everything like that either.
Oh, God, it's stupid. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that's dumb. But what I find amazing is most people that want to defund the police or whatever, all that stupid rhetoric from fucking a couple years ago, most of these people are also anti-Second Amendment. And I would always would love to have a live conversation with one of these people, right? Because I could just picture myself either on some talk show or something like that, sitting across the table from somebody, and me saying to them, you don't believe in guns, and you don't want the police, but if I stood up here real quick, you'd certainly hope that somebody had a gun or the police were here, because like in reality, they don't understand the danger that life can inherently be, right? And I think that people lose track of this to a great degree in our society where, it is not ridiculous to have a gun in every room of your house. You know what I mean? No, like it's not.
Not at all. I would like to kind of go on this. More cops need the law on our rights. See, here's the problem with that. The code is really long. Like it's literally this thick. It's like the tax code, which is like, what is it, 1,500 or 1,600 crazy pages, right? Like to know every law, every action, everything. I mean, at the same time, you expect cops to know that. You expect them to be able to fight. You expect them to be in shape. You expect them to be understanding and loving and caring. And you expect them to not have PTSD from just seeing someone blow their brains out on a suicide call they attended to. Like, I think we're asking a lot of these people. I really do. And look at this guy, Jamali. All cops are bastards. To that, I say, fuck you. Because a lot of my friends are cops. And a lot of my family members are cops.
So and, that type of prejudice is amazing, though. That's like saying all this group is bad, all that group is bad. Like all of them, Jamali. Maybe you've had some bad run-ins, probably likely to your own decisions, But I find it to be kind of funny because here's my thing. A signed cop at birth is funny. Somebody just put that in. But that's very funny.
That was witty as fuck. I love it.
That was witty as fuck. But to think that all of them are bastards, that's just, that's how, never been to jail. Sure, buddy.
I've never been to jail, but Cali Muscle has.
By the way, it's never, not never. Just saying.
Well, it's just hard to type on computers.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I wasn't always an upstanding citizen, and I have been sat down on the curb. I've been pulled over by cops. My friends and I have been detained, and all the time. And this is in LA. LAPD or Inglewood PD, and they would literally give us a dude. Like the cop would be like, okay, what are you guys doing out this late? And I was the only white guy there. So they didn't treat us different. They treated us all the same. It's like, listen, nothing good happens at this hour of the night.
Yep.
Get your asses home so I don't have to arrest you. Go home, never come out this late again unless you're going to help somebody with something. Every run-in I've had with cops at that hour of the night, and again, my friends did not look like me, okay? Yeah. The cops were always like trying not to ruin our lives.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not going to arrest you. We're not going to give you a record. And here's the thing, Alan. What we were doing out at that hour was not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Have been out. We were definitely not upstanding citizens. So
Right.
Cops generally, let me tell you something about cops. They don't want to arrest you because that requires paperwork.
Yep.
And there's nothing cops hate more than paperwork.
Nothing.
Bingo.
Absolutely nothing. So hey, we of course, because we the whole ADHD thing, we got
Holy
sidetracked.
shit, you banned him?
Yeah, I didn't make like. Well, dude, you're not gonna fucking just. First of all, it's racist. It's a form of like almost like racism. Like, bro, you actually think that all cops are bastards? Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's our platform. Get the fuck out of here, Jamali.
Zero tolerance. One strike, you're out.
Well, I've reached a point where I'm just like fucking kind of over it with some of this shit. Like, here we are. Like, here's this dude arguing about cops. Trust me, bro. Jamali, I'm sure you're still watching. Trust me. There's probably been a time in your life where you wish the cops showed up to yank somebody off your ass. You know what I mean? Like,
I love seeing cops in parking lots when I park, especially when I'm traveling and I have like my briefcase and my computer in the car. So I'll usually carry my briefcase with me. If there's a cop in the parking lot, I'm like, I'm gonna just go grab my Chipotle.
Yeah. I mean, I love seeing cops in parking lots. I absolutely do.
Yeah. I love cops. I mean, but you and I both live in very cop-friendly communities. Like during the lockdowns, our Franklin and Brentwood and Nolensville police were the dopest. They didn't enforce anything. They were like, hey, man, go hug people. We don't care. We're just here to do our job and enforce the Constitution. You know,
that's right.
Whereas you go into Metro, I'm not going to lie, Metro Nashville, the ones I came up against, pieces of shit. No offense to the good Metro Nashville. Literally, a cop told me to put a mask on outdoors. My response was, arrest me.
Yeah. Well, at that point in time, you were trying to get arrested. Like you had your lawyer on speed dial, and you were trying to get arrested.
How awesome that would have been for my brand.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
In jail for not wearing a mask. I would pay him to arrest me.
Yeah, seriously.
And then guess what? Every lawsuit after the fact has gone in favor, and I knew it would happen. Yeah. I would have sued the city, and I would have won even more money.
Yep, you would have been
awesome. Time. It was a Jew's dream come true.
Right? So saying your prayer at the meeting, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Jews, man.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, did you see JFK?
We're about to get banned.
No, we're not, because I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish.
Oh, that's right.
My people own YouTube and everything else. Yeah. So did you see what happened at JFK Airport, which I just flew into not too long ago?
Now, were they blocking the terminal, or they were blocking the road?
So if you've ever been to JFK, it's like an interstate that goes around JFK, and there's the TWA Hotel, which is where we stayed on the airport. And basically, they were blocking the entire airport. And you couldn't get in. So everybody, you saw dudes like, just fuck it, I'm leaving my Uber, just walk into the terminal. And they blocked the airport because it's going to save Palestine.
So here's what I don't get. First of all, I'm letting everybody know, if you are pro whatever, or if you want to protest or anything like that, please feel free to protest. That our country was founded upon it.
Please do.
But if you are sitting in the highway, okay, and along comes along, you all of a sudden you hear something in the distance, and it sounds like, you know, a souped up redneck vehicle that has like very loud exhaust and shit like that on higher tires. And then you see a silver Dodge Durango making all the noise driving at you. Move.
Like, or you see a car with a outright bar on the side.
Yeah. Move. Because if you don't, like, you're making a choice. You're either making a choice to move or become a speed bump. Because if you're blocking my way in traffic on the highway in Florida, I can legally run you over, which is how it should be anyway. Because I don't, for all I know, if I pull over, you're gonna shoot me through the glass of my car or something like that. I'm not having it. You know,
bro. But in New York, they will arrest you and put you in jail if you do anything to these protesters, because if you're a law-abiding citizen in New York, you are the enemy of the state. So
hang on, real quick. It is not a honky mobile. It is a cracker ride.
Yeah. You didn't get the original definition of honkies and crackers.
Yeah. The honkies are stupid, ridiculous white people that make us all look bad. Crackers are just down home white folks. You know.
Yeah.
Don't don't use the hard R. It's disrespectful.
I can't believe you went there.
I do all the time. What are they going to do to me? Are they going to cancel me again? Like are they going to re-cancel me?
You got canceled before anybody else got canceled.
I did.
You were the original cancellation. I think the fat people canceled you before anybody even was canceled.
I was the test. I was like the test pilot for cancellation.
You were patient X.
Yeah, I was patient X for cancellation. No shit.
I mean, so in New York, I mean, the laws are against you. You can't defend yourself, and the criminals are right. And that's why I'm at a point now where I went to New York twice this year. I competed in New York, and I also, but like, other than I'll take a chance, like, to do the Toronto Pro or the New York Pro, but like for business, like Steve at Natural Body in New York, it's at the point where I'm just not going to go there. Yeah. Because I don't feel like I am. Now, I do feel safe. Now, New York did not feel unsafe. I felt great walking down the street. I was next to Mike Rashid.
Yeah.
I was fine. I was all good. But I never felt unsafe. I don't feel unsafe anywhere. Right. But if something comes up and I defend myself, I'm not coming home.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
Whereas in Tennessee, if something comes up and I defend myself, even with my firearm, I'm fine. I'm going home that night. I'm eating dinner with the family.
There's a video of Florida sheriffs saying, like, you know, we thank you for shooting the burglar. You saved us taxpayer money. Like, I mean, it is what it is, you know? Oh,
dude, Polk County out there, he's amazing.
Polk County, fucking Sheriff Grady Judd. He's like a
greatest.
Like, they need to make a movie about that motherfucker. He has some of the best one-liners ever. I just love him so much.
He's the best. I love the guy. I think he should have his own, like, the holiday.
Well, I'm hoping he's our next governor after DeSantis.
Well, I mean, DeSantis, he killed his brand, unfortunately. Like,
well, he's at his term limit anyway.
He is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think DeSantis is the best governor of my lifetime. But I mean, because he had a very rare situation that governors never have, and he completely fucking crushed it. Yeah, like he stood up the test of time, and he made some errors in the beginning, but he corrected them. And you know, he just went up against the greatest shit talker of all time in Donald Trump. And he hired the worst. Why couldn't he have hired us? We would have crushed it.
We would have crushed it. But the thing was, I even remember telling you, like, God, like, we were live, and I said, God, I wish DeSantis would run against Trump, because Trump's a meat grinder. He like, you know, like, your brand's not going to be the same when he's done running against you. You know what I mean? Like, but it also just goes to say, like, what we were talking about that fucking calendar. It's like, even the conservatives won't take W's. They won't take a fucking win, no matter what. Like, the conservatives should be trying to grow the number of conservatives, the number of Republicans, in order to try to fucking win shit, right? But instead, they're basically telling these people, you're not conservative enough, fuck you, you sluts. You know, for wearing, like, a mom dress and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Put the calendar back up. Do you have that on file still?
Yeah, I do. Give me a second.
I want to look at it. I got to go grab a bottle of lotion real quick.
Oh, God.
Nah, I'm kidding. I don't use lotion. I use spit.
Nice.
No, I'm hardcore. Dry. Just dry. Skin on skin. I use chalk. Oh, my God, chalk. That would hurt so bad.
Why are we even talking about this right now? I don't even understand.
Hey man, you're acting like when we were kids, and I will speak for you. The closest thing we get to porn in our parents' house is the J.C. Penney catalog. Tell me you haven't rubbed it out to the Sears catalog.
Oh no, I can't. I couldn't. That would be completely fucking lying.
Lightning will strike you. That was porn when I was a kid. Like you're like, okay, where's the J.C. Penney catalog? You open up the bra section. You're like, yes,
yeah, baby.
Let's go.
This is what this lady says. I hadn't seen the whole thing until this morning. First off, let me say, as an old school feminist, Dana did it right. Moving on, arguing that this is some sort of pornographic calendar is silly. I've long tweeted about the ridiculousness of conservative women on Twitter sparkling their opinionative posts and TNA pics. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. But look at this. So what were you going to say?
I mean, Ashley's just wearing normal stuff. My main question is, who the fuck wears a bra in the tub?
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird.
That's weird. You're naked in the tub. They should just use bubbles to cover it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But it goes to the point where they were making an effort.
She's hot. She's training. She's doing some triceps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with Bethany. I mean, these are just hot women. Dana is literally dressed like a guy.
Yeah.
Riley is in her competitive uniform.
Yep.
I'm still trying to grasp how the hell this is even a topic.
So it got and for those of you that didn't see it on Twitter, this absorbed 5 days. Like these people were going at it for 5 fucking days. It was wildly.
Trump gets wiped off a ballot.
Yeah. It was wildly amusing and sad at the same time. And Trump's getting wiped off a ballot. This is why Republicans lose. I mean, and I know the Republicans don't like hearing this, but this is why you motherfuckers lose, because they will snatch defeat from the jaws of victory every fucking time. I swear. So now basically you're trying to say that that these women are too slutty for your base, when I'm just going to point out that if you think this is bad, you should see some of Melania Trump's pictures. There's nothing wrong with her pictures either.
No, and even the nudes. Did you see her nudes?
Who cares? It's just tits. It's just tits, people. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's just boobies.
I love boobs.
I don't even get it. Even if it wasn't boobies, even if the person was butt ass fucking naked, how does it, if it makes you feel some kind of funny way, look the fuck away. Who cares? My God. Boobs. This is why.
I get like people be like, do you like big boobs, small boobs? Like, I don't know, like my wife had implants and she had to get them taken out. She got breast implant illness. Should be a sad day, but I don't mind. I love all boobs equally. I do not discriminate. And speaking of boobs, let's talk about Blair White. This guy is a girl, T-Rexy. It's a girl, isn't it? Yeah, T-Rexy's a girl. Yeah. I can't tell. The picture's really small. My eyesight is not where it used to be. Yeah. I'd buy it if Blair White was in it. Now, I want to bring, that's a good topic, T-Rexy. Thank you. I remember when Alex Jones had Blair White on, he was praising her. I don't know if you saw this, Alan.
Yeah.
And the conservatives were like, oh, this sick Alex. That's wrong. It's a dude. It's this, it's that. I'm like, hold on. Okay. Blair White is a spokesperson for women not being invaded by men's sports. Mm-hmm. Blair White openly talks about the fact that she has gender dysphoria, which is why she is basically a woman trapped in a man's body who is now a female. Mm-hmm. Blair White is pro-Second Amendment. Blair White votes conservative, votes Republican. Mm-hmm. Blair White literally risks her, and I'm going to say her because as Alan says, I'll call you as you present, literally risks her life talking about these issues, literally getting death threats. Mm-hmm. So as soon as Alex said that, people got furious. They were mad. They're like, Alex, you sold out. Blair White is a sick pervert, this and that. I'm like, no, Blair White is somebody we should accept into our voter base, because you're going to win more elections accepting people who share most of your values rather than all of them. It's like those Christians who get mad at me for not accepting Jesus. I go off on this on Twitter. Yeah. Well, you can't really go to heaven. I'm like, fuck you. I don't want to go to your heaven. Your heaven sucks. You're a bunch of fucking bigots. You're a bunch of like narcissistic, holier than thou bigots. Fuck your heaven. I'd rather go to our, like, I don't understand this whole, like, if you don't buy into everything us evangelicals stand for, us evangelical Christian conservatives stand for, then you're a piece of shit.
Well, they don't do everything that their Bible tells them to do either.
How about we accept the fact that Blair White agrees with 90% of what we agree with?
Yeah.
And is a good spokesperson for other things like Second Amendment rights, like keeping women's sports, and disregard the fact that Blair White is a more attractive female than probably 99.9% of females on this planet. Blair White, I've said this before, I'll go to the grave saying this, that is a hot woman. I don't care what, look, here's the deal. I'm married, I'm objective. I don't care what's under that bikini. Don't care. I only go under one woman's bikini or panties, and that's my wife. But objectively speaking, if you're a male and you did not know that Blair White was a male and you're straight and you saw Blair White, you'd be like, holy shit, that is a hot woman right there.
Exactly.
She's hot.
It's weird for me because, like, I basically refer to her as my unofficial adopted daughter, so I can't be like you're talking about my daughter being hot, so it's a little weird. But
yeah, that was weird.
But I wanted to answer this real quickly. Well, actually, first let's get to one thing you were saying, what I found very profound. It's what makes the right seem like the left. The left is very, what are your pronouns? What are this? Wear your mask, blah, blah, blah. They have all these things, all these check boxes going on, right? And if you don't fall in line with those, like if you don't check one of their boxes, they fucking will come at you, right? Conservatives, you motherfuckers are doing the same thing. Like if you don't worship God, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this. Like you're trying to win support from an extremely small portion of people that completely align with you, and you're not going to win shit that way. The whole idea behind America in general is like we actually can coexist, and that like if you're making it so you can't, then you can't. I did want to answer this one though. Why are some trans people more legitimate than others? And it's normally because they fucking try harder. I'm going to let you know that.
Shave.
Just fucking shave. Get that shit. Get the fucking hair removed. Go on your hormones. Do whatever you need to do. Because here's my thing. You're not just going to pop up and say, I'm a woman, I'm going to go in that bathroom when my wife's going in, when you got a full fucking beard, broad shoulders and shit like that. What you're going to be taking a trip to is the fucking hospital. You know, that's what you're not going in the bathroom with my wife. You're going to the fucking hospital unconscious at best. You know,
I'll tell you what, man, if I was a female, man, I'd go in. I'd be the best female ever. I would win Woman of the Year. I'm going in, I'm going in. It's like if I'm committing to being a woman, I'm doing it, man. I'm gonna learn how to walk in heels. I'm gonna learn everything about being a woman. But when you simply put lipstick on and talk about how you don't like Trump, sorry, just not my thing. Or just rant about, I want to become a woman just so I can rant about white people. Because it seems like, like all of a sudden, like you decide to put on lipstick as a dude one day, you could rap about the hierarchy, the patriarchy, and how white men are evil, and nobody even insists that you're a white man, even though you're a white man. It's like a fucking life hack.
Yeah. So this woman, so it's about passing. Yes, it is. 100%. That's where the validity comes from. Now, don't get me wrong. You are still Terry Strange. You could still be a man and, claim you're trans, and that's up to you. But if you want validity from other people, first of all, if you really love yourself and if you really feel you're good, no matter what I say, it wouldn't shake you. You wouldn't be upset. You are, so obviously there's an issue. But it's about passing. I'm not going, you're not going to have a full beard and correct me to call you she. That's never happening because, you can. I will openly laugh and say, no, I'm going to call you what you look like, bro. And that's it. And then the last little thing is Blair doesn't look female sitting next to a female. Yes, she does.
I don't know, dude. Like,
yeah, yes, she does.
I'll be honest. Like, if I was just flipping through, like, or just walking down the street and I saw Blair, I'd be like, I'd look. I'd be like, oh, because I look. I'm a happily married man, and old people, like, it's just, she's a good looking woman who's not a woman. If that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm just saying that, yes, there is. And also, like, yes, I do hold people in higher regard who agree with me on things. Because I believe that my opinions are righteous because they're my opinions. Like, I do believe in the Constitution. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in the Second Amendment. And if someone aligns with me on that, I am going to like them more than someone who doesn't like free speech and gun rights.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, you have more in common with them, you know, like, and here's the thing, like, I see yourself getting more, like, I can see like more alignment, but at the same time, we've got to, like, the conservatives, you guys got to understand, you can't do this by yourself. If it's not for independent voters, if you guys don't have the independent voters on you, on your side, you're not winning. Like, you're absolutely not winning. You're just not, you know? What's that one?
Yeah. I just like how T-Rexy, she put, they just want to live their life and eat Oreos in peace. God bless you, T-Rexy. Yep. I love Oreos, by the way. Yep. My daughter made me a Planta. I have a video on it for the. We have a deal going up at Ambrosia right now, where you buy 3 Planta, you get a free high-powered 2 horsepower $150 blender for free.
I was showing people that actually.
It's at Ambrosia Collective. Yeah, my video's not ready yet, but it's there. And we have this. Our partners, Brandless, came out with this kick-ass blender, and we wanted to do that, so we're eating the loss on it. This blender, the video. With Mike Rashid has it in there. I can actually probably get the video I filmed.
Here we go. There it is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the awesome. Free blender. But yeah, that's the bundle, but we also have a deal with the actual where it's buy 3 Planta, get that for free.
That's fucking killer.
It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, but look, man, I mean, I really all of our products, all of our products are made in an NSF facility, but Planta is actually BSCG, which is above NSF for sport, because BSCG is the banned substances group testing, and so every batch is tested for banned substances, so it is even better actually. Look
at this bundle right here. That's awesome. Yeah. Planta, that's fucking killer.
Planta one, I gotta find. But anyway, I'll play my video in a second. Let me send this bitch over. Yeah. Oh, I could do it in actual sideways mode. Okay. Because I have it in Instagram mode, and it also shows the blender in action, kind of. I'll pop this up there in a second. Yeah. Are we going to question what I think? So I had so much stuff to talk about. Like, we could be here all night. One thing is, you know, did you see that? You sent me that Thomas Massey post. Talking about how they need to recall the Mexican beer virus treatment.
Yeah. You know what? Let me pull him up. Let me pull that up, because I think that's important to actually talk about.
Yeah, Massey's my guy. I like that guy a lot.
I wish, but it's my thing is like.
Shoot, my bad. It came up. Want me to
go ahead
this now while you get
that? Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so here's the ad that we just filmed. So.
It's the new year. You want to lose fat and you want to feel better. Ambrosia's here to help you along the way. From nutrition to training to supplementation, we got your back. Ambrosia Ember, not only a fat burner, with one ingredient helps you burn an extra 100 calories a day, but also an appetite suppressant to avoid overindulging and binging. At the end of the day, what you need to do is set new goals, because a new year is about a new you, a better you, and that's what we're here to do, including a free, high-powered, badass blender to blend up your Planta shakes. Happy New Year.
Awesome.
That guy. Hey, how about Cammie's appearance there? Hey, Cammie's on here. Cammie's in the comments there.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's
there.
Let
she is.
me pull up right here. Mark, do you have a favorite? Okay, first of all, never call me Mark. I am Dad.
No shit.
Of all, yeah, jeez. Second of all, my favorite child. That's a good one. You know what? It just depends on the day and which one of you is pissing me off.
I couldn't imagine. I had one. I had one, and that was plenty.
Cammie has been making me lunch lately, and she is an amazing cook. And it's like, as long as she keeps cooking, like, she's definitely going to be in the top 2. I'm not going to say who the third one is.
Yeah. This is Thomas Massey. The FDA license for the Pfizer Moderna mRNA shots should be revoked immediately. Evidence shows the licensure approval process was corrupted by politics and corporate lobbying. So here's what would happen, right? If they would pull the licensure, it also pulls the immunity. Yeah.
Oh shit! I never thought about that.
And that's huge. So that's why it will never happen.
It'll never happen.
Never.
Massey says the right things, but they're also like the most improbable things to ever happen.
Yeah.
Massey's like, we need to arrest Fauci's not getting arrested.
Yeah,
Fauci's not going to jail. He's going to die really rich. His family's always going to be rich.
Yep.
Dude, it's Michael. My buddy. So Michael has my buddy Michael. Anyway, he's got the monkeys.
Yeah, I know.
Boy. I texted Mark, but bro, the gay dudes slamming this calendar. Many of them have sent me dick pics soliciting, but screaming these women have no values. It's wild to me. Well, I'm glad you got my pictures.
Yeah. Dude, no, this is no shit, Michael. I was reading what you wrote, and I knew Mark was going to talk about his penis.
Mike's, by the way, guys, Michael is gay.
Yeah.
He has a husband. Like, it's no secret. So like he's gay. Like, and that's cool.
Does his husband know you've been sending him dick pics?
I send it to both of them. It's a group text.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, my daughter's still here. God damn it.
Yeah. That's embarrassing right there. That's embarrassing.
No, but it's weird. A group now it's like, a group of people who really have trouble being taken in by conservatives, no pun intended, being accepted.
Jesus.
But take it all in, all of it.
Yeah, take every inch of that in. So.
Oh God! Did I mention
This is what.
Did I mention his husband's black?
Yeah.
I just can't.
Wow.
Oh my God.
We're definitely getting demonetized today. So.
Oh my God. Oh God, no. Okay. So the problem is, like, there is a whole, what is it? The Log Cabin Conservatives, a huge group. My buddy Aaron's in there. You know, Gay Aaron.
Yeah. Gay Aaron. Yeah.
Gay Aaron. He's the gayest man I know.
That's how we refer to him, and he's Gay Aaron.
He's
he really is.
gay.
He's an awesome dude, but I will never, ever, 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 and I mean ever, take a drink he buys from me, ever.
I will never
ever.
shower with that man.
Ever.
If I'm at Lifetime,
if he hands me a drink, I'm not drinking that shit ever.
If we're
ever,
both at Lifetime, we both have to shower at the same time. I'm leaving. I'm going home and showering. I'm not showering.
I'll opt to stink. I'll be good.
I think so. Gays have had a hard time with conservatives, like, accepting them because the Christians are like, you're unclean. You're this. Like, dude, shut up and take their vote. Gay men have more money and they want to keep it. Yeah. Like, gay people have more money. They are the original dinks.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing that Republicans need to understand. Do you want to win, or do you want to stick 100% to your very fixed, very focused, like, lens of how you think people should be?
You know Gay Aaron. He knows Gay Aaron.
Well, isn't it like Jews? Don't you guys all have like a weekly meeting? So.
What about the gay Jews?
Gay Jews. Jesus Christ, they got to go to both meetings?
Yes, it's like a dual meeting. I think they're like overlapping though. Like, they're all on Fridays during the Sabbath.
Jesus. What
the fuck?
We're just gonna pull religion in. Like, it's just everybody will hate us. It's all good.
I mean, no, man. We have, like, here's the thing. Like, you gotta know about me and Alan is, we don't care what you
No,
do.
I don't care.
We just like people. Like we really like. I mean, we. Alan seems like he's actually the nicest guy. Open Scott. Don't
Shut
tell
up! I got a fucking brand, bitch. Stop
He
it.
will literally like go talk to strangers.
Yeah.
I've seen you do it in California. In
Yeah.
California,
And that,
And
and,
he had-
most of them weren't even naked.
dude. The naked guy was the best. Alan was
I,
like,
I was in California. I was in California for like 8 hours. I slept. I got to my hotel, slept, woke up. We're at the gym. 2 minutes at the gym, I'm fist bumping some fucking naked dude. Like he's just standing there, like rocking out with his dick out, like, "Hey, what's up?"
He had his penis out, like it wasn't weird at all.
Yeah.
Like we're all supposed to be like, we never met the guy,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" But he knew Sean, and Sean's like, "Hey, bro." I'm like, "Is this normal? Do you guys just naked talk all the time?"
Yeah.
But yeah, good looking guy,
Yeah.
great penis.
Yeah, fabulous penis. This guy has Alan. do you like your Congressman Byron Donalds? And would you want him to be Trump VP? I do like Byron Donalds. I don't like everything he does, and I did vote for him, even though I am kind of an independent. I voted Republican, kind of down the board the last time. But I like him a lot. I don't know if I'd want him for the VP spot necessarily. I wish Trump would choose somebody for the VP spot that would like broaden the reach. I think that would be more intelligent. I will say Tulsi Gabbard would be great. I do think that if he chooses Nikki Haley, the mere fact that there's even being speculated he was thinking about Nikki Haley disappoints me even more in Trump than I've been disappointed in Trump, because I've been pretty disappointed in Trump, like from 2020 and shit like that. I think he'd be great. I wish he would have been Speaker of the House. I wish they would have nominated Byron Donalds for the Speaker of the House, because then, when the Democrats didn't vote for him, they would have had to explain why they're not voting for a black man, who's extremely competent. I hate to do this, but you use the tools you got, and he is an extremely competent black man that could have been Speaker of the House. I don't understand why they didn't go for it. Type thing.
Well, unfortunately, if you're conservative and you're black, they did it to Colin Powell back in the day, even though he kind of switched teams. But
Yeah.
They say that you're not really black. You're an Uncle
Yeah.
Tom. I don't know if that's a slur, but
Yeah.
they do say that, and it's
Yeah.
kind of disappointing, because it's almost like saying, if you're this color, you need to think this way, and that's racist. That's not cool. It's like, hey, you're Jewish. Jews are 80% Democrat. And I don't get any of that. Hey, like, you're Jewish, you vote Democrat. I'm like, nah. I mean, I do get called a white supremacist, which is hilarious. Because last time I checked, Nazis don't really like Jews.
It's so fucking crazy.
But according to our good friends on Twitter, the Holocaust never happened. So, hey.
So insane. Just so insane.
I'm pretty sure it happened. And then we can argue how bad it was, I guess. But, I don't know. Maybe putting people in ovens, not a good thing. Not good.
I mean, it should be kind of frowned upon, because it's not going to turn out well for them.
No.
Or I mean,
So do you think
go ahead.
J6 was a threat to democracy or an unsupervised tour of the Capitol?
You got to be stupid to think it was a threat to democracy. First of all, there's no democracy. We're a constitutional republic. It fucking drives me crazy. We're a constitutional republic. That is our fucking building. That is the house that the fucking people built. Not the fucking government. That's the house the fucking people built. The very second that they open the doors and let people in, there should have been no cases, no trials, no bullshit. They were let in by the fucking Capitol Police. You can see them opening doors, ushering people in. If you think January 6th was a threat to democracy, I'm going to once again remind you, we're not a democracy. And fuck you, you're just pandering at this point. At that point,
but the thing is, they say the same lie over and over again, and it's to the point where you're just like, okay, fine, whatever, whatever. It's a insurrection, I think so. There's a good one, Diana. And is that you? You're a stunning person. Only you know who you vote for. No one's business. It's true, but I think today's changed. Like, for example, who my daughter dates, and she's almost an adult. In January, she's a full-fledged legal adult, right? So like she has a lot to work. Like think about when we were dating, like my wife and I never once thought, man, is she vaccinated? Oh, does she like freedom?
Yeah.
You know, does she so who you vote for says a lot about who you are as a person and what your values are. So I think even dating now, it's like you want to know where that person stands, because I think that if you had, like when we met, I believe I was a Democrat, my wife was a my wife's values were more Republican than mine. But we didn't really have a political party, but kids kind of have their values now. Whereas, but back in the day, the difference between Republican and Democrat was like, you know what? I believe in social programs. I believe in lower taxes. That was the difference.
Yep.
And now it's like the left has gone so crazy that it's like, it's to the point where if someone is on the left, you could probably identify them. They're usually wearing masks and have blue hair. Yeah. But like, it's so much harder to choose somebody where you almost have, like, you ever see somebody in a mask, you're like, Biden voter, you know, I think that it's almost become a testament of who that person is and what their values are, and why I just don't see people dating like they used to.
No, I don't. And by the way, just real quick, Cammie, if you're still listening, or anybody that's thinking about dating Cammie, Mark has a lot of shit to lose, so if you hurt Cammie, he's probably not going to do anything, but I'm going to make you fucking disappear. Just so you know.
So. No, we'll definitely have it'll be a 2-on-1.
Yeah. I live by swamps and shit. Like, they'll never find you, ever.
So
ever. I wear your teeth as a fucking necklace, bitch. So.
Oh my God, that'd be a nice necklace. Yeah, you're right. So a lot of people don't understand how everybody says make America great again. I actually think it's the greatest it's ever been. Yeah. Because we simply don't have Asian people enslaved in camps, right? We don't have slavery. We're not taking over Mexico for no apparent reason. And I think we don't have a civil rights issue. So, I mean, yeah, we had some rough times in 2020, but 2020 was bad for modern times. But in comparison with concentration camps, internment camps for Asian people, I'd say we've gotten off pretty easy in our lifetime.
I would argue the same. I would think that, like, you know, besides us being, here's why, the only reason why I think America is not great right now is because we are already enslaved. Like, just like this person says, we're already like, and I know it's hard because, like, I talk about it so much, but we're absolutely enslaved by the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry right now. Like, they have us by the balls, and it's voluntary. Because we literally, as a country, take such shitty, poor care of ourselves that they're the lords and masters. Like, if the pharmaceutical industry just wouldn't issue out meds for a month, they could kill 30 million people. Like, you know, like, it's that tragic right now. Like, we're actually at that stage. If the only reason why America isn't great right now is because fat, slob-like, weak-ass fucking people who want to be taken care of instead of fucking doing their own shit, instead of making sure that they have personal responsibility and individual liberty, they'd rather trade their individual liberty to be in a nanny state protected by the fucking government for a safe space. And that's why I always say we need to just have a national divorce. I've been on the national divorce thing for 3 fucking years.
Are we already there though, Alan?
We are. We're there. We're already there because
we're separated.
Yeah, we're definitely separated. We just need to fucking finalize the goddamn paperwork. That's no shit. Like, we need to figure out who's taking what, and let's get on with this shit. Because, just so everybody understands, this is not going to end peacefully. Like, these people think they're going to take Trump off the ballots in a bunch of different states and be like, ha, he can't be elected. Do you think that's going to go well? Like, you don't think that that's going to somehow end in bloodshed? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, that will not stand. The last time that a political party was trying to keep somebody off of the fucking books, off of the voter register, it led to a civil war. If we go about this again, first of all, what is to stop people? Like, what is to stop people, like states like Florida, from not letting Biden be on the fucking ballot?
And
I mean, Biden.
They're already petitioning for it. They're just not doing the unilateral Secretary of State. They've
Right.
already filed that motion, Florida, Arizona, and someone else. So, I mean, the problem is, and that is, you're right, like, we're separated because think about it. During 2020, so many people moved to Florida, Texas, and Tennessee.
Yep.
And these aren't your typical. The Austin is how Austin is because Silicon Valley moved to Austin, and the employees came with them.
Yeah.
Whereas Nashville is always been Democrat, but it's like an old school Democrat. It's like, you know, your old Southern Democrats, not the slave owner ones, but
Right.
you know, it's like, whereas Austin is bad. Like it is terrible.
Bad.
And
Yeah.
I've been there. I'm speaking from experience. So when looking at the outlay of the country, all the conservatives left. And that's why you're seeing 20% increase in DeSantis's margin of victory. Wasn't because Democrats turned Republicans. It's because everybody who moved there was a Republican. Period. I mean,
That's very strong thought process.
Well, and the Cubans have migrated, or their mind share has migrated. I don't want to get confused with migration. Their mind has their votes have shifted to right because they don't like communism, and the Democrat Party has become to resemble their Cuban government.
Absolutely. But if we're at the stage where even conservative states and liberal states are already trying to take the opponent off the ballot, it's just time to fucking call this a day.
It's not going well. It's
not going where the dichotomy is too great. I said this 3 years ago, and it's just gotten worse. But the dichotomy is too great. I mean, we have too many people that don't like America. We have too many people that, either because they were raised this way or they decided to be this way. We have too many people that would rather fly, a Hamas flag than an American flag. And we have too many people that again, they're okay with the government. We have too many people that want a democracy instead of a constitutional republic. Like, those are the two sides we need to pick: a constitutional republic side and a democracy side. And then then we'll be able to take over the democracy side once they fucking are in ruins.
Well, you see how majority rule doesn't always work. You have to have a binding moral and ethical agreement like the Constitution, because a majority is generally sheep. You saw that during 2020, whereas they would kill people like me and Alan if given the chance. But luckily we have laws against that and a constitution, and luckily a Supreme Court who believes in that. But but if you had majority during 2020, Alan and I would be dead. For speaking out against what we ended up being 100% right on. So democracy fails every time.
Yeah.
Because most of Americans, I'm not going to say you because you guys are cool. Most of Americans are weak, following, as Alan would say, lemming bitches.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We saw that during 2020.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, we got a lot of people now being like, never again. It shouldn't have been the first time. Like, it shouldn't have been the first time. Like, for those of you that aren't following us on Twitter, again, I don't know why you're not. But once a week, I go back into my old posts from 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago on Twitter. And I just want to remind people, I told you so. All this bullshit that we've gone through in the last 4 years, it was literally to lead us to this point. To the point where we're now arguing because some rich billionaire is left off the fucking ticket while some other fucking old fucking crazy ass fucking sellout, like bad for the country motherfucker is being left off the ballot in other places. And they've got us arguing about this shit. But meanwhile, both sides are okay with the Patriot Act, which completely dissolves our Fourth Amendment. Both sides allow gun laws. All gun laws are unconstitutional. Every Republican, including Trump, every Republican should be standing up for saying, repeal all gun laws. Proof of the stupidity above. Gays for Palestine. It is the dumbest. That's true. It's the dumbest thing ever.
It shows how stupid the left truly is. Now, if there's one thing I know, is I know a little bit about Israel because, again, like, my people are from there and I know people from there. And Israel, Tel Aviv is a very rich LGBT community. A lot of gays there. They embrace. Jews are like, Israel's like, whatever, just be gay. Yeah. Palestinians do not like gays.
No.
They do not tolerate gays. They're not even intolerant to gays. They kill gays.
Yes.
So I just say the cure for this all is I'll gladly donate to a charity that will send all these gays for Palestine to Palestine. Go hang out, see how it's like.
Here's what I find amazing. When we talked about January 6th a bit here. January 6th was literally done. I believe January 6th was fairly orchestrated, right? I believe it was fairly orchestrated to make sure that people did not, protest in favor of America and against the government. That's not against, like, they'll let you burn the fucking city down for George Floyd, and they'll let you rip American flags down for being pro-Hamas or pro-Palestine. But if we say, to our government, motherfuckers, we want you to fix shit, they'll arrest you saying you're a terrorist. And that shit can't stand. That shit's gotta stop. It just absolutely does.
What do we do though? Like what the thing is, like, I think a lot of people, myself included, I know I didn't get hurt, but I saw how I was crushed during the whole pandemic, right? Because I had the nerve to speak common sense and ask questions. I didn't even, I'm very, as Tim Pool says, milk toast. Like, I'm like, I'm very pro-vaccine. I'm extremely pro-vaccine for those who want it. I'm very pro. mRNA fascinates me.
Yeah.
That technology, when it's ready, is a game changer.
I
don't think we're ready. I don't think
we're not ready. We're not ready.
It's not ready.
I agree.
It still needs work.
I agree. I think that, like, the actual game changers are, like, getting back to naturopath and stuff. Like, I really do. Yeah. I mean, we're so sick right now. We're so sick that with the medical knowledge we have, which is so light years advanced in the last 80 years,
it's crazy.
Our life expectancy is actually dropping. Like, that's how sickly we are.
Really? Oh my
God. And that's just fucking sad. But what do we do? Dude, here's my thing. I think that I don't think we're voting our way out of this. I say it all the time. I just don't think we're voting our way out of this. We may. The only thing I see working is a convention of the states. But as it is right now, the federal government is trying to actually show power over the states. Do you see that they're suing Texas? Texas, for those of you that don't know, Texas has passed a law that anybody coming into the state of Texas illegally is illegal. It's sad that they would have to fucking make that law, but they had to make that fucking law. It also sets them up to secede if they want to, because then they can just have it being all of their border instead of just the southern border. But the federal government is trying to sue them, so they have to keep letting fucking illegals in. How is that even, like, I'm sorry, but, like, they're using taxpayer money to sue a state to not protect the border when their job is to protect our border. It's what I'm saying. Like, we have allowed that alone, them trying to sue the state of Texas, it should remove the entire administration, because it is absolutely acting against the best will of the American people. It's just not going to get there. So we need to reboot the federal government. We don't need 90% of the federal government. We don't need the CDC. We do not need the NIH. We do not need the FDA. We definitely don't need the USDA. We do not need any of these things. Like, I know people are like, oh, we'll regulate. Listen, it may not be as safe of a country, but I'd rather be a little less safe and a lot more free, and not be a slave, because at any given time, they can fuck you right now. At any given time, they could turn off the fucking power. Literally, they can turn off the fucking power in your area. Like, the government has entirely too much power. Entirely too much. They were never meant to.
Yeah, we've sold, man. The country's gone.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see something, I'm like, this is it. And it can't get worse. And then it gets worse. And then the thing is, I don't know how, like, as a Democrat, you could be like, yeah, I think taking a candidate off a ballot's a good idea, because the end game is violence.
Yeah.
And that's not something we want. Like, no. Americans have it so good, they don't understand how bad war truly is.
Yeah, and you know this because you hear people like Ben Shapiro say, like, talking about, like, going to war for whatever fucking topic. First of all, get your soft hands in the fucking line and fucking you go fight. You know what I mean? Like,
Ben Shapiro's never been in a fight.
Never. Like, and I had a back and forth about him today. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Ben's an intelligent guy, but it's also one of the reasons why I don't like him that much, because he's intelligent enough not to push the vaccine and pushed it anyway. You know, Trump, I don't know. Trump might have been stupid enough to push the vaccine because he didn't know about that. I don't know. But at the same time, like, you're just telling people to take something for a fucking cold. And that's why I don't like Ben Shapiro. But anyway.
Yeah, I do. Again, this is a friend of mine. Like, a client of mine, actually. I love science. I remember hearing about mRNA and its application for anabolic steroids or muscle growth. That was when I first heard about it. That was the first application. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, no, this new technology. I'm like, oh shit, that sounds awesome. Yeah. I need to inject some mRNA. So I mean, that
would be a cool thing. I mean, that would be a cool thing, wouldn't it? Like, to have, like, you get older, you hit 50, and instead of having to fucking go on TRT, they just give you a fucking alteration. Like, if it gives you another 25 healthy years, and all of a sudden you just fucking croak, okay? You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, but it is what it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we argue about stuff. Like, we have good lives, right?
Yeah, fucking very good lives in America.
We want everybody to have good lives, and if we stop fighting for what we have, we will lose everything we have. And yeah. I think that's why we all need to speak out. We all need to talk about things, and we need to stop letting people censor us, because it's like, oh, well, why you can't talk about this? Not your lane. I'm like, I vote. I'm an American. I pay taxes. I'll talk about whatever I goddamn please.
Yeah. Whatever. I just got a notification that undocumented immigrants will qualify for free health care in California on January 1st.
At this point, let California rot.
I agree.
It's just serves them right. Like, these people, like, Orange County's based, but at the end of the day, man, so you said you can't vote your way out of it. You know what small percentage of the population votes? We haven't even tried voting. Like, Mike DeWine in Ohio literally did some stupid shit. He vetoed a bill that would end, transgenders in women's sports. It'll get overridden because Ohio is a very conservative state. He locked down Ohio as hard as any state was locked down, and they just voted him right back in.
Yep, stupid.
So we can vote our way out of it. We just need people to actually vote. Well,
and I hear all the time, like, we talk the way we talk, right? And I'm still voting for Trump. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm voting for Trump.
Because people don't understand. I hate how Trump handled 2020. I can't stand it. I'm not a huge fan of the man. I'm a fan of what he did before 2020, because the economy was fucking killing it. It was outstanding. And world peace was awfully nice to fucking have. But he fucking totally screwed the fucking country and everybody with the fucking COVID response. Just totally screwed us. However,
he couldn't have botched it more.
No. However, he is way, you have to go with the least of two evils. Somebody was telling me you should write in a vote. Like, that's stupid shit, okay? I'm not writing in a vote to burn a fucking vote. I want to fucking get away from this shit. I want to stop the bleeding of our country until we can reorganize.
I will crawl over broken glass to vote for Donald Trump.
Yep.
Absolutely. Crawl over broken glass.
Yep. All right, bro. What do you say we wrap it up, man? It's 8:30 here, and I'm going to go sit down and chill with my wife.
Yeah, it's been a week, but man, Happy New Year to you, man. It's been a hell of a ride.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas,
glad
all
we were
that
able
shit.
To crush it in 2023, and just let you guys know, Planta is in Sprouts, and even better news, Allen's products are in Sprouts too, coming in February, right?
Fuck yeah! I cannot wait.
Alchemy, no morbidity. It's gonna be a hell of a launch. So as soon as that happens, we'll be sure to get together, do a little launch party. Maybe do it in Tennessee this time.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. That'd be good.
Flights are only $30.
Flights up there are $30. So fuck yeah, we'll definitely do it. All right, man.
Allegiant for the win. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. I'll be back at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Talk to everybody soon. Goddamn.
All right. Peace out.